One of the best note-taking apps on the iPad is Notability. Let me show you Notability. Kind of has a weird-looking logo. It's like a pencil with a microphone and something, but it's actually kind of a neat app. Now, when you first open Notability, you have a left side and a right side. It looks like a leather-bound notebook at the top. And the bottom, you have some gears and some settings and some different options here, right? So on the left side, this is where you can actually get organized and create a notebook with notes in them, right? So if I hit the little plus sign up here and say create subject, I can then go in here and say test subject, done. And now I have nothing in the notes area. Over here to the right, I can sit there and compose a new message or a new note. And that's where I hit the little pencil up here in the top right. This is cool because I'm just keeping my finger here on the button. So if I write a new note, it takes me to the notes page here. I'm looking at this in landscape mode, but if you flip it to portrait mode, you just get more note room. So I'm showing you guys the difference here. Flip, flip, not to make you sick. Okay, it titles the notes. When you make a new note, it titles it by date and time. But what is kind of cool about this is these options here at the top. You have text. So that's what it starts out with. You start typing. The quick brown fox jumped over the fence. I also have a pencil. So I could say the quick brown fox, yada, yada, yada. I have a highlighter tool. What can I do with my highlighter tool? Well, I can actually change the color. I can make it yellow. I can make it, I can make the ballpoint bigger. I can change all those different colors. So if I have a highlighter here, I could say, oh, I really need to go back and look and change that or do something here. That's important. So things like that. I have an eraser tool, so I can say, oh, I want to erase that part, or I want to erase this part. I can just erase whatever I want to, right? The eraser tool is kind of cool. I have a cut tool. I can circle what I want to cut, and then give me some options here. And just say, I want to delete this. And I have this pointer guy with the finger here. That's where I can actually drag things around. And I'll show you in a second if we have a picture or something in here. We also have a microphone option. The microphone is very cool because you can actually hit that. I'm not going to do it because it's going to mess up my recording on here, but you can actually do a recording. Oh, maybe it won't, so let me try it. Test 1 2, test 1 2. And now I have a test 1 2, test 1 2. I have a audio portion, so you can sit there and record audio notes right in here. This is very versatile. You can do all kinds of things in here, right? And then you have a plus sign to add things to this. So I could take a picture. Let's say I'm in somewhere and I want to take a picture of something like of a physical document. I can do that and start highlighting it really quickly. Do I want to maybe add a photo I've already taken? So let me see if I have anything in here. Let's see. This is a picture of Guardians of the Galaxy. So this was a game for the iPad, and I can sit there and make that bigger, and I can do things. I can move this around. I can cut, copy, paste it. I can circle stuff, change the color, and say, oh, what's all this here? Things like that, right? So I've created a note now, and you can see that it's back here in the notebook area. So I've got my notebook test subject. This is the note I did. And notice on this item here, it has a microphone on it, so it knows I recorded my voice. So I can do a new note just by hitting the pencil, and I'm back to another blank canvas where I can add things, insert a picture, go into settings. This is kind of neat too because I can change the paper type as well. So instead of just a white background, let's say I wanted some graph paper, and let's say I wanted some line paper. So you could actually, it looks like a real notebook. You can even get texture line paper just like this. It's very, very unique for taking notes. This little button here shows you all of the documents within this note. So you can have as many pages as you want. It just keeps going on and on and on. So great note-taking app, very easy to use, a very quick way to add things. And if you go back, I'm going to show you one other option here. When you're ready to do something with this document, you have so many options in Notability. You can email it, put it in Dropbox, put it to Google Drive, you can AirDrop it, you can open it in something else. You can print it right from here too, to printer using AirPrint. So many options for this, but the really cool thing about Notability is, let's go back, there's something called auto backup. So let's say I'm making all these notes and my iPad dies. Well, what happened to all my notes in here? Well, if you set up auto backup, anything you do in here automatically gets backed up online. So you just have to pick a service to use that with. So down here on the bottom, there's a gear. And the gear allows me to go into settings. Inside of settings, I can turn on iCloud to sync my different devices. I can manage accounts, and I can turn on auto backup. So for auto backup, you can either use Box or Dropbox, or what most people have is Google Drive. And you go in and actually you can say where in Google Drive this is. You can make a designated folder. It makes one for you called Notability, but you can make it anywhere. And what kind of format does it back it up? Well, I have it set to backup as PDFs, but what's kind of neat is you can change it to be Notability notes. So any document that you're working on can actually be backed up as a Notability note, and it's completely editable and things like that. So it does give you a lot of good options for that. And I just keep it on PDF just because, you know, I can read it on any device that I'm doing it on. Just automatically saves a PDF. So that is auto backup. Very awesome utility. And you can do themes in here. You can change the way it looks. You know, so it kind of looks different so that yours doesn't look like somebody else's. Classic items like that. This is the default settings for a document. What's the default font that you're going to use? Handwriting. If you are left-handed, you can turn that on. A lot of cool options here for Notability.